Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and thank you for joining us on WLBT Plus, this digital news desk update. I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter, and also your host for the digital news desk updates at 1 o'clock every weekday. My apologies for folks on Facebook seeing nothing and hearing the music. I had accidentally forgotten to click one button over here, and so we had the live stream going, and but thankfully, we got 36 people in here watching on Facebook. We have more on our OTT platform on the app and also on YouTube. So, listen, welcome to everybody. 50 people. That's great. That's great. Come on here. And here's the thing. We want you to be able, this is I get that I'm the person up here talking and you're going to be seeing video and some of the stories that we're covering, but I really want to get your opinions on the things that we're talking about today. That's incredibly important. So whether it's just to say hello or if you want to offer something to the conversation, particularly on Facebook, we'll put that up. We'll talk about it. We'll read your comments. We definitely want to include you in this conversation. This is not a situation where, like on our early evening newscast, where somebody gets on here and just says, gives you the news of the day, things you need to know about. And there's no way for viewers to really interact with us. This is interactive for a reason, and we want to be able to encourage that. Bridget Eakins saying hello. Hello, Bridget. How are you doing? It's good to hear from you on this Wednesday, this hump day. Hope that your work week is going well, everybody. It's been kind of rainy. I don't know. You can't really hear it in here, but in certain parts of the newsroom, you can certainly hear when that rain comes down. And we've been having some gusts here over the last 10 to 15 minutes. Brit saying, hey, listening on the road. Well, listen, that's very thoughtful. Listening is fine, folks. Treat it like it's a podcast if you want, and just hear us out. Certainly, I'm not going to encourage anybody watch us while driving. Please don't. Be as safe as you can. Let this go through your hands-free system, through your radio, and listen to it that way. But Brit is one of our faithful viewers and today listeners. She's here just about every day, checking out what we have to share with you. Donna Womack from JS, Mississippi, saying hello, Donna. Hello to you too, and I hope you're doing well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. One of the biggest things that we're following, of course, is this just heartbreaking story out of Yazoo County. People gathering in Yazoo City last night for a vigil to honor Kenlanda Burns. She's a woman police believe was killed by her boyfriend. She died early yesterday morning at the Willowwood Apartments on Grady Avenue in Yazoo City. Now, investigators began looking for her boyfriend, Erwin Barnes. This is his picture on your screen. After an hours-long manhunt, he was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound on Highway 49 in Pocahontas. Last night, family and friends of the victim gathered at her apartment complex for a candlelight vigil and balloon release. They say she had been trying to get out of a tough situation.
The sweetest something you ever see. Everybody knows. She'll try to help anybody. We press charge. She pressed charge. She kept on pressing charge.
People need to ensure that we are not just reactive, but that we are proactive in making sure that these things are taken care of so that we don't lose another Kenlanda.
Now, Burns was a cafeteria worker for the Yazoo City Municipal School District. The district issued a statement saying in part that her presence will be greatly missed. That's one of the stories that we're following here. Jennifer Chapman Newell saying hello to us I was about to say this morning, this afternoon. Jennifer, good to see you. Hello to you too. Sheikah Hampton saying hello, everyone, with more hearts than we can almost fit on the screen. So Sheikah, thank you so much for that. Hope that you're doing okay today as well. If you live in the capital city, what happened last night is likely going to be something that you're paying close attention to as we move forward. It is the search for a new police chief. Now, there will be another public listening session tonight, and we're going to have the dates for that on your screen at the end of this little segment here for you to be able to voice your opinion about who you want the next police chief of the capital city to be. The Jackson City leaders held the first of 4 public listening sessions last night to hear what kind of leadership residents believe is needed to keep the capital city safe. After former police chief Joseph Wade retired from the position just weeks ago, JPD needs a new leader. Some residents say that Wade left some big shoes to fill. Well, those at last night's listening session sent a strong message to Mayor John Horn when it comes to selecting the city's next top cop. This was held at Forest Hill High School. Accountability, trust, and transparency were key topics of discussion when it comes to what characteristics they want in their new chief. This will be Jackson's 20th police chief, and the city believes it's important residents are heard during this process. They say they want a chief who will fight for safe neighborhoods as well as increase patrols in those crime hotspot areas.
I believe we are a highly traumatized community, and we really don't need a Gestapo approach to dealing with our community. We need a sensitive approach dealing with our community.
We believe it's very important for the citizens to be at the forefront of decision making. We're going to leverage the feedback that we receive from the community to make sure that the next police chief makes the priorities, these as a priority for the citizens throughout.
From Jackson Water, is it okay to pour fats, oils, and greases down the drain if I run hot water?
No!
What if I run the garbage disposal?
No!
How about if I use dish soap at the same time?
No!
Instead, hang on to a few containers to store and toss old cooking fat and grease once you're done. Jackson Water. Water for all the time.
Okay, folks, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button over here. We went ahead and got the sponsorship from our sponsor out of the way, our commercial. I want to go back to that interview, and that was we were hearing from Ken Wilson, who is the facilitator of the listening session. And again, I apologize that I accidentally cut him off. We're going to back that up so that you can actually hear what he has to say about this process.
Sensitive approach dealing with our community.
We believe it's very important for the citizens to be at the forefront of decision making. We're going to leverage the feedback that we receive from the community to make sure that the next police chief makes the priorities, these as a priority for the citizens throughout the entire city of Jackson.
Everything from the session will be relayed back to Mayor John Horn. Horn's put together a task force with George White, he's former U.S. Marshal, Colonel Charles Haynes, the director of the state's Highway Patrol. They are leading this national search effort. And if you missed last night's session, you still have 3 more chances to have your voice heard. The next session, let me get off of that one because those clips loop as we talked about before. The other sessions that we're talking about, and I'm trying to pull them up for you here. Now, again, the first one was, of course, last night. Westside Community Center is tonight. And then next week, we have the Jackson Medical Mall and First Presbyterian Church on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Now, these are from 5:30 to 7:30. And again, so there are plenty of opportunities for you to be able to just let the city leaders know kind of where you stand and what you want in the next police chief. So we have something else we want to tell you about. We mentioned it a little bit yesterday, this report from State Auditor Shad White's office regarding nonprofits and some that he had identified that he said had examples of questionable purchases. And again, questionable here, not necessarily meaning illegal, but there were some things that he saw. Shad White, the state auditor's latest report, focusing on nonprofit organizations that receive taxpayer money through grants that first go through state agencies. Now, the auditor says there should be more reporting requirements for those organizations to keep them from spending money on what he calls vague missions. One example he cites is nearly $7,000 spent on incentive gift cards. The nonprofit was reimbursed for those cards without documentation as to how they were used.
Otherwise, what we're seeing over and over again is dollars going to a nonprofit, and then they'll buy $7,000 worth of gift cards, but can't tell the government who got those gift cards. That doesn't necessarily mean there is fraud, but there's a lot of smoke there, and it raises the concerns of any normal taxpayer who's hearing that.
Now, in the case of one sub-grant, the State Department of Human Services tells 3 on Your Side it does have an internal monitoring process that does work. The agency says it's identified a handful of cases where it's pulling money back because it was used outside the scope of the grant. And this is very important to point out, too. The 3 nonprofits that are named in State Auditor Shad White's report, the auditor told us in an interview yesterday he did not reach out to those agencies for comment or to ask them about this. Again, this information coming from public documents and documents he received from these agencies. In terms of actually reaching out to the organizations and asking them and trying to get their perspective on this, that did not happen in this case. We have one more story we want to tell you about. It's about the National Guard being deployed to D.C. 65 men and women from the Mississippi National Guard are going to replace 65 guardsmen currently in our nation's capital. Training for the replacement mission began yesterday, I should say, as law enforcement professionals arrived at Camp Shelby to teach tactics and prepare the guardsmen headed north for a wide range of scenarios. An operations specialist from the Louisiana Mississippi United Service Organizations also was on hand yesterday in a show of support, handing out care packages.
It's been not too hectic. This is our first training event that's been a little bit more busy.
Honestly, it's so important for them to recognize and understand how much they are supported by their community, by their people. We're so proud of them. We're so proud for the recognition that, they deserve.
Now, the guardsmen are expected to arrive in D.C. by the end of the week. And that is all we have here. I mean, we had, a handful of stories that we wanted to see if you had any opinions on today. Bridget Roach Lewis telling us happy hump day. Thanks for keeping us informed. Well, thank you for watching, and we really appreciate you. And again, people were a little quiet today, folks saying hi and everything. But if you have any opinions or anything that you want to share on any of the stories that we've mentioned, or even other stories that are on your radar, please let me know, and we'll talk about it in here. I want this to be a place where we can share ideas and have a little bit more interactivity than you typically see in our newscasts. So what's coming up today? 2:30 p.m. Our First Alert Weather Team will be in here to let you know about these, whether or not we're going to see any more precipitation. It could be happening tonight, tomorrow, depending on where you live. They're going to be giving you updates on that. At 6:30, again, they'll be in here. And we're going to have our early evening newscast starting at 4 o'clock. You can watch that through our app online. You can, of course, watch it on air. And for the latest news, weather, and sports, check out WLBT.com. For everyone here at WLBT, I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter for WLBT and your host for WLBT Plus's Digital News Desk. We will see you back here tomorrow at 1. Thank you so much for watching.